The genesis of Ikigai. The book Ikigai was conceived on a rainy night in Tokyo when its authors, who had previously only read each other's work, met for the first time in a tiny bar through a mutual acquaintance. The authors discussed trends in Western psychology, specifically logotherapy, which helps people find their purpose in life, and noted that while it had gone out of fashion, people still search for meaning in their lives. The Japanese concept of Ikigai, which roughly translates to the happiness of always being busy, was introduced as a concept that goes beyond logotherapy and may explain the extraordinary longevity of the Japanese, particularly on the island of Okinawa. Okinawa has a high percentage of centenarians, with 24.55 people over 100 years old per 100,000 inhabitants, which is far above the global average, and researchers believe that Ikigai, along with a healthy diet, simple outdoor life, green tea, and subtropical climate, may be a key factor in their longevity. The authors discovered that there was no book in the fields of psychology or personal development dedicated to bringing the philosophy of Ikigai to the West, prompting them to research the concept further. The authors visited the rural town of Ogimi on the north end of Okinawa, which has the highest life expectancy in the world and is nicknamed the Village of Longevity, to study the secrets of the Japanese centenarians in person. During their visit, the authors found that the residents of Ogimi possessed an uncommon joy that guided them through their long and pleasurable lives, which they attributed to the concept of Ikigai. The authors were surprised to find that this haven of nearly eternal life was located in Okinawa, where 200,000 innocent lives were lost at the end of World War II. The authors aim to explore the concept of Ikigai, how it inspires people to stay active until the end, and the secret to a long and happy life through their research and interviews with the eldest residents of Ogimi. The secrets of Okinawa. The residents of Ogimi, particularly those from Okinawa, live by the principle of Ichiriba Chode, treating everyone like a brother, which contributes to their sense of community and happiness. The secrets to the happiness and longevity of Okinawa's residents include feeling part of a community, practicing teamwork, yuimaru, nurturing friendships, eating light, getting enough rest, and doing regular, moderate exercise. The concept of Ikigai, or one's reason for being, is central to the happiness and longevity of Japan's centenarians, and is described as the reason people get up in the morning. Having a clearly defined Ikigai brings satisfaction, happiness, and meaning to one's life, and is considered essential for a long and joyful journey through life. The author's purpose. The authors, Hector Garcia and Francesc Morales, aim to share the secrets of Japan's centenarians and provide tools to help readers find their own Ikigai. Longevity and Ikigai. In Japan, people often remain active after retirement, and the concept of retirement as it is understood in Western cultures does not exist, with many people continuing to do what they love as long as their health allows. Longevity studies suggest that a strong sense of community and a clearly defined Ikigai are just as important as a healthy diet in contributing to a long and healthy life. Centenarians from Okinawa and other blue zones have been found to live longer, suffer from fewer chronic illnesses, and enjoy higher levels of vitality and health than the general population. These centenarians also have fewer free radicals in their blood, experience more moderate symptoms during menopause, and maintain higher levels of sexual hormones until later in life. The rate of dementia in Okinawa is well below the global average, and research suggests that the concept of Ikigai plays a significant role in the health and longevity of its residents. The word Ikigai and the blue zones. The word Ikigai is a combination of two Japanese characters, life and to be worthwhile, which can be broken down further into armor, number one, and beautiful or elegant. Okinawa is ranked first among the world's blue zones, areas identified by Dan Buettner as having the highest concentration of centenarians, with women living longer and having fewer diseases than anywhere else in the world. The 5 blue zones are Okinawa, Japan, where locals eat a diet rich in vegetables and tofu and have a strong sense of community and Ikigai. Sardinia, Italy, where locals consume plenty of vegetables and wine and have a cohesive community. Loma Linda, California, where Seventh-day Adventists have been found to be among the longest living people in the United States. the Nicoya Peninsula, Costa Rica, where locals remain active after 90 and have a strong sense of purpose. Icaria, Greece, where 1 in 3 inhabitants is over 90 years old, and the local lifestyle dates back to 500 BC. Keys to longevity in the Blue Zones. The keys to longevity in the Blue Zones are diet, exercise, finding a purpose in life, Ikigai, and forming strong social ties, with a focus on managing time well, reducing stress, and consuming little meat or processed foods. Residents of the Blue Zones also prioritize daily low-intensity movement, such as walking and gardening, and drink alcohol in moderation. The Japanese concept of hara hachi bu advises against eating until full, instead stopping at 80% capacity to reduce digestive stress and promote overall health. The concept of Ikigai is closely tied to the idea of moderation and balance in life, particularly when it comes to food and eating habits. The Japanese tend to eat less by presenting their meals on many small plates, which creates an illusion of abundance while actually reducing food intake. This approach to eating is reflected in the Okinawan diet, which consists of approximately 1,800 to 1,900 calories per day, rich in tofu, sweet potatoes, fish, and vegetables, resulting in a lower body mass index compared to Western countries. The Okinawan concept of moai is an informal group of people with common interests who support one another, providing emotional and financial stability and contributing to a sense of belonging and increased life expectancy. The moai system allows members to make a monthly contribution, participate in activities, and receive financial assistance when needed, fostering a sense of community and security. Aging's escape velocity. The book Ikigai explores the idea of aging's escape velocity, a concept where technology and knowledge advance at a rate that allows humans to live longer, potentially achieving biological immortality. Researchers like Ray Kurzweil and Aubrey de Grey believe that humanity will reach this escape velocity in a matter of decades, allowing people to live longer and healthier lives. The concept of aging's escape velocity is illustrated through the analogy of a rabbit holding a sign with the age of death, where the rabbit's pace represents the advancement of technology and knowledge, and the goal is to make the rabbit walk at a pace of 1 year per year or faster to achieve immortality. Some scientists predict that there is a limit to human lifespan, with some biologists suggesting that cells stop regenerating after around 120 years, regardless of technological advancements. The importance of mental exercise. Maintaining an active and adaptable mind is crucial for staying young, as it promotes a healthy lifestyle and slows down the aging process. A lack of mental exercise can lead to the deterioration of neurons and neural connections, reducing the ability to react to surroundings, emphasizing the importance of giving the brain a workout. Israeli neuroscientist Shlomo Bresnitz advocates for mental exercise, stating that the brain needs stimulation to stay in shape and that people tend to stick to routines, which can be broken by confronting the brain with new information. Exposing oneself to change and new information can revitalize the brain, creating new connections, and is essential for mental training, which has been scientifically demonstrated to have numerous benefits. Mental training can be achieved through various activities, such as learning new tasks, interacting with others, playing games, and dealing with new situations, all of which can help prevent depression and slow down the aging process. A positive outlook and a desire to learn can also contribute to greater mental benefits and a more youthful mind. The negative effects of stress is a significant contributor to premature aging, with research showing that it can cause the body to wear down faster during periods of crisis, leading to various health problems. Studies have demonstrated the negative effects of stress on the body, including a study by researchers at the Heidelberg University Hospital, which showed the physical impact of stress on a young doctor during a job interview. Research has shown that stress can have a degenerative effect on the body, causing cells to age prematurely, as discovered in a study where a man's antibodies reacted to stress in the same way they react to pathogens. A University of California study found that stress promotes cellular aging by weakening cell structures known as telomeres, which affect cellular regeneration and how our cells age. With the greater the stress, the greater the degenerative effect on cells. Stress is a natural response to potentially dangerous or problematic situations, which was useful for survival in hostile surroundings. But in modern times, people live in a nearly constant state of competition and stress. The body's stress response involves the pituitary gland producing hormones that release corticotropin, which triggers the adrenal gland to release adrenaline and cortisol, preparing the body for action and increasing dopamine and blood glucose. However, modern humans experience stress constantly, unlike cave dwellers who only felt stress in specific situations. And this sustained state of emergency can affect neurons associated with memory, inhibit hormone release, and cause depression, irritability, insomnia, anxiety, and high blood pressure. Mindfulness and stress reduction. To reduce stress, experts recommend practicing mindfulness, which involves focusing on the self, noticing responses, and being fully conscious of them to connect with the present moment and limit thoughts that spiral out of control. Mindfulness can help prevent the toll that stress takes on the body, affecting everything from the digestive system to the skin, and can be achieved by turning off the autopilot and being more aware of one's actions and thoughts. Mindfulness is a state that can be achieved through meditation, breathing exercises, yoga, and body scans, helping to filter information from the outside world and reduce stress, which in turn can lead to a longer life. The benefits of low stress and an active life. According to Roberto Alcibar, a certified instructor of mindfulness, achieving mindfulness involves a gradual process of training, but with practice, one can learn to focus their mind completely. Low levels of stress have been shown to be beneficial, as people who maintain a low level of stress tend to develop healthier habits, smoke less, and drink less alcohol, as discovered by Dr. Howard S. Friedman, a psychology professor at the University of California, Riverside. Dr. Friedman's research found that people who faced challenges and put their heart and soul into their work lived longer than those who chose a more relaxed lifestyle and retired earlier. Many supercentenarians, people who live to be 110 or more, attribute their longevity to having lived intense lives and working well into old age. The dangers of sedentary behavior. Sedentary behavior is a major contributor to numerous diseases, including hypertension and obesity, which affect longevity and can lead to hypertension, imbalanced eating, cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, and certain kinds of cancer. A lack of physical activity has been linked to the progressive distortion of telomeres in the immune system, which ages cells and the organism as a whole. Developing a healthy and active lifestyle at an early age is crucial, as sedentary children are at risk of obesity and associated health issues. Simple changes to daily habits, such as walking, using stairs, participating in social activities, eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, and engaging in physical activities can help reduce sedentary behavior and increase life expectancy. The importance of sleep and melatonin. Getting the right amount of sleep, 7 to 9 hours, is essential for overall health and well-being, as excessive sleep can lead to lethargy. Models attribute their youthful appearance to getting 9-10 hours of sleep, which gives their skin a healthy and radiant glow. Science has shown that sleep is a key anti-aging tool, as it generates melatonin, a hormone that occurs naturally in the body and plays a role in sleep and waking cycles. Melatonin is a powerful antioxidant that helps people live longer and offers several benefits, including strengthening the immune system, protecting against cancer, promoting insulin production, slowing the onset of Alzheimer's disease, and preventing osteoporosis and heart disease. Melatonin production decreases after age 30, but this can be compensated for by eating a balanced diet, getting enough calcium, soaking up moderate amounts of sun, getting enough sleep, and avoiding stress, alcohol, tobacco, and caffeine. Experts are exploring whether artificially stimulating melatonin production could help slow the aging process, which would confirm that the secret to longevity lies within the body. The power of the mind and a positive attitude. The mind has significant power over the body and its aging process, with most doctors agreeing that keeping the mind active is key to maintaining a youthful body. A study at Yeshiva University found that people who live the longest tend to have a positive attitude and high emotional awareness, allowing them to face challenges with a positive outlook and manage their emotions effectively. A stoic attitude, characterized by serenity in the face of setbacks, can also contribute to a longer life by reducing anxiety and stress levels and stabilizing behavior. Many centenarians and supercentenarians share similar profiles, having lived full lives with difficulties, but approaching challenges with a positive attitude and not being overwhelmed by obstacles. Alexander Emich, who became the world's oldest living man at 111, attributed his longevity to a combination of good genes and a life well lived, emphasizing the importance of lifestyle in determining life expectancy. A song sung by a 100-year-old woman in Ogimi, a village known for its longevity, highlights the importance of living a balanced life, enjoying the journey, and maintaining social connections in achieving a long and healthy life. Logotherapy. Finding your purpose. Viktor Frankl's School of Psychology, logotherapy, is defined by the therapist guiding the patient to discover their life's purpose and confront their neuroses, as opposed to psychoanalysis, where the patient lies down and shares their thoughts. Frankl's approach involves asking patients, "Why do you not commit suicide?" to help them find reasons to live and discover their life's purpose, which then motivates them to overcome obstacles. A study conducted by Frankl found that around 80% of participants believed humans need a reason for living, and 60% felt they had someone or something worth dying for. The logotherapy process involves 5 steps: feeling empty or frustrated, recognizing the desire for a meaningful life, discovering one's life purpose, accepting or rejecting that destiny, and using newfound passion to overcome obstacles. Frankl's experiences as a prisoner at Auschwitz taught him that humans have the freedom to choose their attitude in any circumstance, and this realization inspired him for the rest of his life. Logotherapy differs from psychoanalysis in several key ways, including the patient's posture, the focus on the future versus the past, and the drive towards purpose and meaning rather than pleasure. Logotherapy also includes a spiritual dimension, works on existential neuroses, and deals with conflicts in the present moment, whereas psychoanalysis focuses on the unconscious origin of conflicts and is fundamentally incompatible with faith. Frankl views existential frustration as a positive catalyst for change rather than a symptom of neurosis, and logotherapy helps individuals find meaning in their life and satisfy their moral principles. Logotherapy provides guidance for individuals to discover their life's purpose and overcome conflicts, allowing them to change their own destiny and find greater satisfaction in life. Frankl, inspired by Nietzsche's aphorism, "He who has a why to live for can bear with almost any how," believed that having a purpose in life is crucial for one's health and well-being, as it creates a natural tension between what has been accomplished and what one wants to achieve in the future. According to Frankl, a peaceful existence is not what people need, but rather a challenge that they can strive to meet by applying their skills, and that existential crisis often occurs in modern societies when people do what they are told to do rather than what they want to do. Existential crisis can lead to feelings of emptiness, which can be filled by discovering one's purpose in life, and Frankl's logotherapy is based on the idea that individuals can discover their purpose and fill the existential void. Logotherapy versus psychoanalysis. Logotherapy differs from psychoanalysis in several key ways, including the patient's posture, the focus on the future versus the past, and the drive towards purpose and meaning rather than pleasure. Logotherapy also includes a spiritual dimension, works on existential neuroses, and deals with conflicts in the present moment, whereas psychoanalysis focuses on the unconscious origin of conflicts and is fundamentally incompatible with faith. Frankl views existential frustration as a positive catalyst for change rather than a symptom of neurosis, and logotherapy helps individuals find meaning in their life and satisfy their moral principles. Logotherapy provides guidance for individuals to discover their life's purpose and overcome conflicts, allowing them to change their own destiny and find greater satisfaction in life. The importance of a why. Frankl, inspired by Nietzsche's aphorism, "He who has a why to live for can bear with almost any how," believed that having a purpose in life is crucial for one's health and well-being, as it creates a natural tension between what has been accomplished and what one wants to achieve in the future. According to Frankl, a peaceful existence is not what people need, but rather a challenge that they can strive to meet by applying their skills, and that existential crisis often occurs in modern societies when people do what they are told to do rather than what they want to do. Existential crisis can lead to feelings of emptiness, which can be filled by discovering one's purpose in life. And Frankl's logotherapy is based on the idea that individuals can discover their purpose and fill the existential void. Existential crisis and Ikigai. A study conducted at the Vienna Polyclinic Hospital found that 55% of patients were experiencing some degree of existential crisis, and Frankl's logotherapy aims to help individuals find their purpose and reason for getting out of bed, which he calls Ikigai. Key ideas of logotherapy include the notion that we discover the meaning of our life rather than creating it, that we each have a unique reason for being that can change over time, and that excessive attention to a desire can prevent it from being fulfilled. Logotherapy also emphasizes the importance of humor in breaking negative cycles and reducing anxiety, and that individuals have the capacity to do noble or terrible things depending on their decisions. Viktor Frankl's experiences and case studies. Viktor Frankl's own experience in German concentration camps illustrates the importance of having a purpose in life, as he found that prisoners who had things they wanted to accomplish outside the camp were more likely to survive. Frankl's own goal of publishing his manuscript and developing the School of Logotherapy gave him the strength to persevere in the concentration camp, and he eventually realized that he had been the first patient of his own practice. The case study of the American diplomat who hated his job and his country's international policies highlights the importance of finding one's purpose and meaning in life, and how logotherapy can help individuals discover their Ikigai. Viktor Frankl, a psychoanalyst, helped a diplomat find a new life's purpose by identifying his desire for a different career, which led to the diplomat's happiness and a deeper meaning in life. Frankl also helped a suicidal mother find meaning in her life by asking her to imagine herself on her deathbed, where she realized she had done everything in her power for her children and had lived a life full of meaning. In another case, Frankl helped a grief-stricken doctor overcome his depression by asking him to consider what would have happened if he had died first, which led the doctor to understand that he had spared his wife suffering and found a new purpose in tolerating his pain. These cases demonstrate Frankl's approach to therapy, which focuses on finding meaning and purpose in life rather than controlling or modifying emotions. Morita therapy. Accepting emotions and finding purpose. In contrast, Western forms of therapy often focus on controlling or modifying emotions, whereas Frankl's approach, known as logotherapy, emphasizes finding meaning and purpose. Shoma Morita, a Japanese psychotherapist and Zen Buddhist, developed a similar purpose-centered therapy known as Morita therapy, which focuses on accepting emotions without trying to control them and creating new emotions through actions. Morita therapy has been effective in treating neurosis, obsessive-compulsive disorder, and post-traumatic stress, and has left a lasting spiritual mark on Japan. Both Frankl and Morita's approaches emphasize the importance of finding meaning and purpose in life and demonstrate that this can be a powerful tool for overcoming emotional pain and finding happiness. Principles of Morita therapy. Morita therapy, developed by Morita, is a therapeutic approach that focuses on accepting and letting go of negative emotions rather than trying to eliminate them. According to Morita, emotions are learned through experience and repetition, and trying to control or get rid of them can make them more intense. Morita uses a fable about a donkey tied to a post to illustrate how people can become trapped in their own suffering when they try to escape from their fears and discomfort. The basic principles of Morita therapy include accepting your feelings and welcoming them, rather than trying to control or get rid of them, focusing on the present moment and doing what you should be doing, rather than trying to eliminate symptoms, discovering your life's purpose and taking charge of your actions every day. Morita therapy does not offer explanations or tell patients how to meditate or keep a diary, but rather allows them to learn from their actions and activities. The 4 phases of Morita therapy include isolation and rest, 5 to 7 days, where the patient rests in a room without external stimuli and observes their emotions. Light occupational therapy, 5 to 7 days, where the patient performs repetitive tasks in silence, such as keeping a diary, and starts doing simple activities like gardening or drawing. Occupational therapy, 5 to 7 days, where the patient performs tasks that require physical movement, such as chopping wood, and is immersed in other activities like writing or painting. Morita's approach is influenced by Zen philosophy and the teachings of Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh, who emphasizes the importance of accepting and caring for one's emotions. The goal of Morita therapy is to help patients develop their character and find their life's purpose, or Ikigai, by taking charge of their actions and living in the present moment. The fourth stage of recovery involves the patient returning to social life and the real world, while maintaining the practices of meditation and occupational therapy developed during treatment, with the goal of re-entering society as a new person with a sense of purpose. Nikan meditation, a form of introspective meditation, plays a significant role in Morita therapy, which involves reflecting on three questions. What have I received from person X? What have I given to person X? And what problems have I caused person X? This form of meditation helps individuals stop identifying others as the cause of their problems and deepen their sense of responsibility, as emphasized by Morita's quote, "If you are angry and want to fight, think about it for 3 days before coming to blows." The path to Ikigai and flow. The concept of Ikigai, or one's existential fuel, is introduced as a personal and unique experience that can be accessed without therapists or spiritual retreats, requiring only courage and effort to stay on the right path. The path to finding one's Ikigai involves finding flow in tasks, eating in a balanced and mindful way, doing low-intensity exercise, and learning not to give in when difficulties arise, all while accepting the imperfections of the world and its opportunities for growth and achievement. The concept of flow is explored, where individuals become completely immersed in an activity, losing track of time and their sense of self, as described by Bruce Lee's quote, "Be water, my friend." Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's research into the experience of being completely immersed in what we are doing is highlighted, which can help individuals discover their Ikigai and find happiness in their activities. The experience of flow is contrasted with the opposite, where individuals feel like time is dragging on when completing a task they don't want to do, and the importance of finding activities that bring joy and make time seem to pass quickly is emphasized. Understanding flow. The concept of flow was introduced by Csikszentmihalyi, describing it as a state of complete immersion in life characterized by pleasure, delight, creativity, and process, which is essential for achieving an optimal experience and finding happiness. To achieve this optimal experience, it is crucial to focus on increasing the time spent on activities that bring about the state of flow, rather than engaging in activities that offer immediate pleasure but do not promote long-term fulfillment. Flow is not exclusive to creative professionals, as athletes, chess players, and engineers also spend a significant amount of time on activities that bring them to this state. And research has shown that flow is a universal experience that transcends age and culture. When in a state of flow, the mind is focused on a concrete task without distractions, and the individual is fully engaged in the activity, which is essential for achieving a state of optimal experience. To increase the chances of achieving flow, several strategies can be employed, including the 7 conditions for achieving flow, which include knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, knowing how well you are doing, knowing where to go, perceiving significant challenges, perceiving significant skills, and being free from distractions. One strategy for achieving flow is to choose a difficult task that is slightly outside one's comfort zone, as this encourages growth and engagement, while tasks that are too easy can lead to boredom and apathy, and tasks that are too difficult can lead to frustration and giving up. The idea of finding a middle path that is aligned with one's abilities but also presents a challenge is supported by quotes from Ernest Hemingway and Bertrand Russell, who emphasize the importance of pushing oneself and concentrating for a considerable amount of time to achieve difficult goals. Examples of how to apply this strategy include learning a new software program, using a new programming language, or incorporating a new movement into a routine, which can help to add a challenge and promote growth. Strategies for achieving flow. To increase the chances of achieving flow, several strategies can be employed, including the 7 conditions for achieving flow, which include knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, knowing how well you are doing, knowing where to go, perceiving significant challenges, perceiving significant skills, and being free from distractions. One strategy for achieving flow is to choose a difficult task that is slightly outside one's comfort zone, as this encourages growth and engagement, while tasks that are too easy can lead to boredom and apathy, and tasks that are too difficult can lead to frustration and giving up. The idea of finding a middle path that is aligned with one's abilities but also presents a challenge is supported by quotes from Ernest Hemingway and Bertrand Russell, who emphasize the importance of pushing oneself and concentrating for a considerable amount of time to achieve difficult goals. Examples of how to apply this strategy include learning a new software program, using a new programming language, or incorporating a new movement into a routine, which can help to add a challenge and promote growth. To achieve a state of flow and be in tune with our Ikigai, we need to engage in activities that match our knowledge and abilities and provide a sense of challenge and satisfaction. Activities that are too easy or too difficult can lead to boredom or anxiety, respectively, while those that are just right can induce a state of flow. Having a clear, concrete objective is crucial in achieving flow, as it provides direction and focus, much like a compass pointing to a destination. According to Joy Ito, director of the MIT Media Lab, it's more important to have a compass, a clear objective, than a map, a detailed plan, as it allows for adaptability and flexibility in an uncertain world. In various fields, including business, creative professions, and education, it's essential to reflect on what we hope to achieve before starting a project or task, and to ask ourselves questions like, what is my objective for today, or what is my team's mission? Having a clear objective is important, but it's equally important to know how to leave it behind and focus on the present moment once the task has begun, as obsessing over the objective can lead to distraction and decreased performance. Examples of how a clear objective can be both beneficial and detrimental include Olympic athletes, who need to focus on the present moment to win, and writers, who can experience writer's block if they obsess too much over their objective. The concept of Ikigai emphasizes the importance of taking small steps towards a goal, as anxiety often disappears once progress is made, allowing for a state of flow to be achieved. Albert Einstein's quote, "A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell on the future," highlights the significance of being present and focused on the task at hand. A clearly defined objective and focus on the process, rather than an obsessive desire to achieve a goal, can help individuals achieve flow and avoid mental blocks. Strategy 3 for achieving flow is to concentrate on a single task, as multitasking can be a significant obstacle to productivity. Scientific evidence shows that multitasking has the opposite effect of saving time, and individuals who claim to be good at multitasking are often the least productive. Our brains can only process a few dozen bits of information per second, and multitasking is actually switching between tasks quickly, leading to wasted energy and decreased productivity. Concentrating on one thing at a time is crucial for achieving flow, and according to Csikszentmihalyi, this requires a distraction-free environment and control over what one is doing at every moment. Technology can be both beneficial and detrimental to productivity, depending on whether it is used in a controlled manner or allows distractions to take over. Studies have shown that continually switching between tasks leads to wasted time, increased mistakes, and decreased memory retention, highlighting the importance of focusing on a single task. A study conducted at Stanford University by Clifford Ivar Nass found that students who were most addicted to multitasking had significant trouble completing tasks efficiently due to distractions. Research has shown that multitasking can have negative effects on productivity and mental well-being, including a decrease in productivity by at least 60% and a decrease in IQ by more than 10 points. A study funded by the Swedish Council for Working Life and Social Research found that young adults addicted to their smartphones experienced negative effects such as less sleep, feelings of disconnection from their community, and increased signs of depression. Concentrating on a single task, on the other hand, can have numerous benefits, including making it more likely to achieve a state of flow, increasing productivity, and improving retention and creativity. To avoid the negative effects of multitasking and cultivate a state of flow, several strategies can be employed, such as not looking at screens for the first and last hour of the day, turning off phones during focused work, and designating a day of technological fasting each week. Other techniques for improving focus include using the Do Not Disturb function, going to a cafe without Wi-Fi, and limiting email checks to specific times of the day. The Pomodoro technique, which involves working in focused 25-minute increments with regular breaks, can also be an effective way to stay focused and avoid distractions. Creating a conducive work environment, such as working in a library or cafe, and dividing tasks into groups with assigned places and times, can also help to improve focus and productivity. Additionally, practicing mindfulness or meditation and rewarding oneself after completing a work session can help to train the mind to stay focused and avoid distractions. Flow versus distraction. The concept of flow is compared to distraction, highlighting the advantages of being fully engaged in an activity and the disadvantages of a wandering mind. When in a state of flow, one is free from worry, feels in control, and is thoroughly prepared, with a clear mind that overcomes obstacles, making the experience pleasant. In contrast, distraction leads to a loss of control, self-doubt, and low self-esteem, making the experience boring and exhausting. Flow allows one's ego to fade as the task takes the lead, whereas distraction is accompanied by constant self-criticism and frustration. Flow in Japanese culture. In Japan, the concept of flow is deeply ingrained, with individuals such as takumis, artisans, engineers, and otakus, fans of anime and manga, understanding its importance in achieving their ikigai. Japanese people are known for their dedication and perseverance, often applying themselves to tasks with intensity and attention to detail, as seen in various contexts, from traditional craftwork to modern technologies. The art of the takumi is highly valued in Japan, with experts in manual skills, such as those employed by Toyota, being extremely important and hard to replace. Examples of traditional craftsmanship in Japan include the production of turntable needles and makeup brushes, with skilled artisans passing on their knowledge to future generations. The town of Kumano, near Hiroshima, is home to many brush factories and skilled artisans, showcasing the importance of traditional craftsmanship in Japanese culture. The author visits a company and meets a skilled artisan, referred to as a takumi, who is responsible for selecting individual bristles for the company's brushes, showcasing her focus and dedication to her work. The takumi's hands move quickly and precisely, requiring fast shutter speeds to capture her movements, and she takes pride in her responsibilities, with every bristle of every brush passing through her hands. The concept of a takumi is further explored through the story of Yukio Shakunaga, a skilled artisan from Toyama who won the devotion of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs with his exceptional porcelain work. Steve Jobs was captivated by Shakunaga's technique, known as Echu Seitoyaki, and purchased several of his pieces, later meeting him in person and inquiring about his fabrication process and materials. Shakunaga's work impressed Jobs, who considered visiting the mountain where Shakunaga extracted his porcelain, and Jobs' last purchase from Shakunaga was a set of 12 teacups, for which Shakunaga created 150 prototypes to find the perfect style. The common thread among Japanese artisans, engineers, Zen philosophy, and cuisine is a sophisticated simplicity that seeks to continually improve and innovate, always striving for the next level, according to one's ikigai. This concept is also illustrated through the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which features a takumi who has been making sushi for over 80 years, demonstrating a commitment to his craft and a pursuit of perfection. The idea of flow, as described by Csikszentmihalyi, is also relevant, where having a meaningful challenge to overcome is key to maintaining a state of flow and achieving a sense of fulfillment. Jiro, a renowned sushi chef, and his son visit the Tsukiji fish market daily to select the finest fish for their restaurant, exemplifying their passion and dedication to their craft, which is also their ikigai. Jiro's apprentice spends years perfecting the art of making tamago, a thin, sweet omelet, until he finally earns Jiro's approval, demonstrating the importance of perseverance and mastery in achieving one's ikigai. Jiro and his son are culinary artists who experience a state of flow while cooking, losing track of time and finding happiness in their work, which is a key aspect of their ikigai. Despite receiving a 3-star rating from Michelin, Jiro's family prioritizes good working conditions and creating an environment that fosters flow over expanding their business, serving only 10 patrons at a time in their small restaurant. Jiro's approach to cooking is rooted in the Japanese concept of starting at the source, where he selects the finest ingredients, much like Yukio Shakunaga, who finds the best porcelain in the mountains. In Japan, the concept of kami, spirit or god, is believed to reside in objects, and artisans like Jiro and Shakunaga strive to bring nature and technology together rather than opposing them to create something with life. Hayao Miyazaki, the director of Studio Ghibli, is another artist with a clearly defined ikigai, who critiques the loss of Shinto values and the disconnection from nature in his films, often depicting humans, technology, and nature in conflict and ultimately coming together. The art of the takumi. The art of the takumi is highly valued in Japan, with experts in manual skills, such as those employed by Toyota, being extremely important and hard to replace. Examples of traditional craftsmanship in Japan include the production of turntable needles and makeup brushes, with skilled artisans passing on their knowledge to future generations. The town of Kumano, near Hiroshima, is home to many brush factories and skilled artisans, showcasing the importance of traditional craftsmanship in Japanese culture. The author visits a company and meets a skilled artisan referred to as a takumi, who is responsible for selecting individual bristles for the company's brushes, showcasing her focus and dedication to her work. The takumi's hands move quickly and precisely, requiring fast shutter speeds to capture her movements, and she takes pride in her responsibilities, with every bristle of every brush passing through her hands. The concept of a takumi is further explored through the story of Yukio Shakunaga, a skilled artisan from Toyama, who won the devotion of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs with his exceptional porcelain work. Steve Jobs was captivated by Shakunaga's technique, known as Echu Seto-yaki, and purchased several of his pieces, later meeting him in person and inquiring about his fabrication process and materials. Shakunaga's work impressed Jobs, who considered visiting the mountain where Shakunaga extracted his porcelain, and Jobs' last purchase from Shakunaga was a set of 12 teacups, for which Shakunaga created 150 prototypes to find the perfect style. Culinary arts and ikigai. The common thread among Japanese artisans, engineers, Zen philosophy, and cuisine is a sophisticated simplicity that seeks to continually improve and innovate, always striving for the next level, according to one's ikigai. This concept is also illustrated through the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which features a takumi who has been making sushi for over 80 years, demonstrating a commitment to his craft and a pursuit of perfection. The idea of flow, as described by Csikszentmihalyi, is also relevant, where having a meaningful challenge to overcome is key to maintaining a state of flow and achieving a sense of fulfillment. Jiro, a renowned sushi chef, and his son visit the Tsukiji fish market daily to select the finest fish for their restaurant, exemplifying their passion and dedication to their craft, which is also their ikigai. Jiro's apprentice spends years perfecting the art of making tamago, a thin, sweet omelet, until he finally earns Jiro's approval, demonstrating the importance of perseverance and mastery in achieving one's ikigai. Jiro and his son are culinary artists who experience a state of flow while cooking, losing track of time and finding happiness in their work, which is a key aspect of their ikigai. Despite receiving a 3-star rating from Michelin, Jiro's family prioritizes good working conditions and creating an environment that fosters flow over expanding their business, serving only 10 patrons at a time in their small restaurant. Jiro's approach to cooking is rooted in the Japanese concept of starting at the source, where he selects the finest ingredients, much like Yukio Shakunaga, who finds the best porcelain in the mountains. In Japan, the concept of kami, spirit or god, is believed to reside in objects, and artisans like Jiro and Shakunaga strive to bring nature and technology together, rather than opposing them, to create something with life. Hayao Miyazaki, the director of Studio Ghibli, is another artist with a clearly defined ikigai who critiques the loss of Shinto values and the disconnection from nature in his films, often depicting humans, technology, and nature in conflict and ultimately coming together. The art of the takumi. The art of the takumi is highly valued in Japan, with experts in manual skills, such as those employed by Toyota, being extremely important and hard to replace. Examples of traditional craftsmanship in Japan include the production of turntable needles and makeup brushes, with skilled artisans passing on their knowledge to future generations. The town of Kumano, near Hiroshima, is home to many brush factories and skilled artisans, showcasing the importance of traditional craftsmanship in Japanese culture. The author visits a company and meets a skilled artisan, referred to as a takumi, who is responsible for selecting individual bristles for the company's brushes, showcasing her focus and dedication to her work. The takumi's hands move quickly and precisely, requiring fast shutter speeds to capture her movements, and she takes pride in her responsibilities. With every bristle of every brush passing through her hands, the concept of a takumi is further explored through the story of Yukio Shakunaga, a skilled artisan from Toyama who won the devotion of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs with his exceptional porcelain work. Steve Jobs was captivated by Shakunaga's technique, known as Echu Setoyaki, and purchased several of his pieces, later meeting him in person and inquiring about his fabrication process and materials. Shakunaga's work impressed Jobs, who considered visiting the mountain where Shakunaga extracted his porcelain, and Jobs' last purchase from Shakunaga was a set of 12 teacups, for which Shakunaga created 150 prototypes to find the perfect style. Culinary arts and Ikigai. The common thread among Japanese artisans, engineers, Zen philosophy, and cuisine is a sophisticated simplicity that seeks to continually improve and innovate, always striving for the next level, according to one's Ikigai. This concept is also illustrated through the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which features a takumi who has been making sushi for over 80 years, demonstrating a commitment to his craft and a pursuit of perfection. The idea of flow, as described by Csikszentmihalyi, is also relevant, where having a meaningful challenge to overcome is key to maintaining a state of flow and achieving a sense of fulfillment. Jiro, a renowned sushi chef, and his son visit the Tsukuji fish market daily to select the finest fish for their restaurant, exemplifying their passion and dedication to their craft, which is also their Ikigai. Jiro's apprentice spends years perfecting the art of making tamago, a thin, sweet omelet, until he finally earns Jiro's approval, demonstrating the importance of perseverance and mastery in achieving one's Ikigai. Jiro and his son are culinary artists who experience a state of flow while cooking, losing track of time and finding happiness in their work, which is a key aspect of their Ikigai. Despite receiving a 3-star rating from Michelin, Jiro's family prioritizes good working conditions and creating an environment that fosters flow over expanding their business, serving only 10 patrons at a time in their small restaurant. Jiro's approach to cooking is rooted in the Japanese concept of starting at the source, where he selects the finest ingredients, much like Yukio Shakunaga, who finds the best porcelain in the mountains. In Japan, the concept of kami, spirit or god, is believed to reside in objects, and artisans like Jiro and Shakunaga strive to bring nature and technology together rather than opposing them to create something with life. Hayao Miyazaki and the Pursuit of Passion. Hayao Miyazaki, the director of Studio Ghibli, is another artist with a clearly defined Ikigai, who critiques the loss of Shinto values and the disconnection from nature in his films, often depicting humans, technology, and nature in conflict and ultimately coming together. Miyazaki's films, such as Spirited Away, feature poignant metaphors for the importance of respecting nature, and his studio is known for using traditional techniques, with Miyazaki himself drawing every detail by hand to achieve a state of flow. Miyazaki's passion for his work is evident in his dedication to his craft, often spending Sundays in the studio, and his visitors are aware of his intense focus and quick temper, particularly when interrupted while drawing. Hayao Miyazaki, a renowned artist, announced his retirement in 2013, but he couldn't stop drawing and continued to work on his craft even after his official retirement, demonstrating his strong passion and ikigai for drawing. Miyazaki's dedication to his work is not unique, as many artists and scientists around the world, such as Albert Einstein, share a similar capacity for pursuing their passions until the end of their lives, often finding joy and a state of flow in their work. Microflow in everyday tasks. However, not all tasks can be inherently enjoyable, and some may seem mundane, such as doing laundry or attending to paperwork, but it is possible to make these tasks more enjoyable by finding ways to add complexity or challenge to them, a concept known as microflow. An example of microflow can be seen in the work of an elevator operator in Tokyo, who has been doing the same job since 2004 and has found ways to make it enjoyable by adding a personal touch and performing a sequence of movements with grace and enthusiasm. Even successful individuals like Bill Gates engage in mundane tasks, such as washing dishes, and find ways to make them enjoyable by adding a layer of complexity or challenge, such as following a set of rules or trying to do it better each day. The ability to turn routine tasks into moments of microflow is key to happiness, as it allows individuals to find joy and challenge in everyday activities. Richard Feynman, a renowned physicist, found pleasure in routine tasks and engaged in microflow activities such as painting office walls or soldering circuits when he didn't have something important to do or needed to rest his mind. Meditation and the path to flow meditation is a way to exercise mental muscles and can help achieve a state of flow more quickly by calming the mind, observing thoughts and emotions, and centering focus on a single object. The basic practice of meditation involves sitting with a straight back and focusing on one's breath, which can slow down thoughts and clear mental horizons, and anyone can do it, feeling a difference after just one session. A notable example of the benefits of meditation is the 1988 Olympic gold medalist in archery, a 17-year-old woman from South Korea, who credited meditating for 2 hours each day as the most important part of her training. A common mistake among people starting to meditate is worrying about doing it right or achieving absolute mental silence. But the most important thing is to focus on the journey and not worry about thoughts that flit across the mental screen. Meditation generates alpha and theta brainwaves, which are relaxing brainwaves that are activated right before sleep while lying in the sun or after taking a hot bath, and can be experienced with practice. Rituals and flow. Humans are naturally ritualistic beings, and life is inherently ritualistic, with people following rituals that keep them busy, such as hunting, cooking, farming, exploring, and raising families, which were structured as rituals to keep people busy throughout their days. In modern cultures, people have been forced out of their ritualistic lives to pursue goal after goal, but with practice, anyone can tap into their natural ritualistic nature and find moments of microflow and relaxation. In modern Japan, rituals play a significant role in daily life and business practices, where process, manners, and work approach are more important than final results. The main religions in Japan, including Confucianism, Buddhism, and Shintoism, emphasize the importance of rituals over absolute rules, which can help individuals enter a state of flow. Finding flow in a ritualistic workplace is easier than in a stressful environment with unclear goals, as rituals provide clear rules and objectives that facilitate a state of flow. To achieve a state of flow, it is recommended to break down big goals into smaller parts and focus on enjoying daily rituals, rather than worrying about the outcome. The concept of rituals over goals suggests that happiness is found in the process, not just the result. The happiest people are those who spend more time in a state of flow, rather than those who achieve the most. Finding your Ikigai. To find one's Ikigai, it is suggested to identify activities that induce a state of flow, analyze their common characteristics, and explore new activities that may also induce flow. Flow is a mysterious and trainable concept, similar to a muscle which can be developed through practice and exploration. Supercentenarians and longevity. The section also introduces the concept of supercentenarians, people who live to 110 years or more, and highlights the importance of a healthy and purposeful life in achieving longevity. The book features interviews with supercentenarians, including Misao Okawa, who shares her simple yet effective approach to longevity. Eat and sleep, and you'll live a long time. The Gerontology Research Group reported that Misao Okawa, the oldest living person in the world until April 2015, lived for 117 years and 27 days, attributing her longevity to eating sushi, sleeping, and having a tremendous thirst for life. Another long-lived individual, Sakari Momoi, passed away at 112 years and 150 days old, highlighting Japan's reputation for producing long-lived individuals. Maria Capovilla, recognized by Guinness as the world's oldest person, lived to be 116 years and 347 days old, crediting her longevity to a meat-free diet and a happy life. Maria Capovilla shared her life experiences and memories in an interview at age 107, recalling her husband, children, and grandchildren, as well as her love for dancing and crafts. Jeanne Calment, the oldest person of verified age in history, lived to be 122 years old, attributing her longevity to a carefree life, a sense of humor, and not denying herself anything, including riding a bicycle until age 100 and smoking until age 120. Walter Bruning, the second oldest man of verified age born in the United States, lived to be 114 years old, advising that keeping the mind and body busy is key to a long life, as evidenced by his 50-year career on the railroad and active lifestyle until his death in 2011. Secrets to a long and fulfilling life. The section from the document Ikigai discusses the secrets to a long and fulfilling life, as shared by supercentenarians and artists who have lived well into their hundreds. Walter Bruning, who lived to be 112 years old, attributed his longevity to eating only 2 meals a day, working as long as he could, exercising daily, helping others, and not being afraid of dying. Alexander Imich, who became the oldest man of authenticated age in the world at 111 years old, credited his long life to never drinking alcohol and simply stated, "I just haven't died yet," when asked about his secret to living so long. The section also highlights the importance of having a clear purpose, or Ikigai, in life, which can bring happiness and meaning to one's days, as seen in the lives of artists who continue to create and pursue their passions well into old age. Examples of such artists include Hokusai, a Japanese artist who lived to be 88 years old and continued to create art until the end of his life, and Carmen Herrera, a painter who sold her first canvas at age 89 and is still creating art at 100 years old. Other artists mentioned include Christopher Plummer, who at 86 years old still wanted to continue working and even desired to drop dead on stage, and Osamu Tezuka, who shared a similar sentiment and was still working on a cartoon until his death in 1989. The section concludes by highlighting the importance of having a clear purpose and passion in life, which can drive individuals to continue creating and pursuing their goals until the end of their lives. Living in the present and lifelong learning. The concept of living in the present and embracing a lifelong learning mindset is emphasized through various quotes and anecdotes from notable individuals, including T.H. White, Edward O. Wilson, Ellsworth Kelly, and Frank Gehry. These individuals who have lived long and fulfilling lives share a common thread of staying curious, observing the world around them, and continuing to create and contribute to society. Ellsworth Kelly, who passed away at 92, believed that age does not necessarily lead to a decline in faculties, but rather a greater clarity and capacity for observation, which is reflected in his continued artistic output. Frank Gehry, at 86, attributes his ability to stay relevant and engaged to living in the present, being curious, and staying open to new experiences and ideas. Ikigai and the Japanese culture of longevity. Japan is highlighted as a country with a high life expectancy, and its culture is identified as a key factor in the longevity of its citizens, with a strong emphasis on community, staying active, and having a sense of purpose, or Ikigai. The concept of Ikigai is introduced as a guiding purpose that drives individuals to create and contribute to their community, even in old age, and is seen as essential to a long and fulfilling life. The authors of the text traveled to Ojimi, a village in Okinawa, Japan, known for its high percentage of centenarians, to learn from the oldest members of the community and gain insights into their secrets for happiness and longevity. The village of Ojimi is described as a place where time seems to stand still, and the authors were able to meet with some of the longest-living people in the world, gaining a deeper understanding of their traditions, proverbs, and ways of life that contribute to their remarkable longevity. A visit to Ogimi, Okinawa. The authors visit the town of Ogimi in Okinawa, Japan, which is located near the Yanbaru forests and the sea, and is known for its unique approach to community and well-being. Upon arrival, they meet Taira and Yuki at the Center for the Support and Promotion of Well-Being, where they learn about the town's organization and social structure. The town is divided into 17 neighborhoods, each with its own president and committees responsible for various aspects of community life, including culture, festivals, social activities, and longevity. Ojimi is characterized by its strong sense of community, with residents participating in volunteer work and helping one another through informal groups known as moai, which function like families. The local government assigns tasks to residents, allowing everyone to contribute and feel useful, and promoting a sense of belonging and social connection. The authors are invited to eat at a local restaurant, Churami, which serves slow food prepared with organic vegetables grown in the town, and meet Yuki's friend Tanaka, who supplies her with fish. Yuki, who is 88 years old and still driving, shares her secrets for a long and happy life, including smiling, having a good time, and being part of a community, rather than just focusing on food or material possessions. The town's approach to community and well-being is reflected in its low-key, informal atmosphere, with few restaurants and no bars, but a rich social life centered around community centers and neighborhood activities. The authors are impressed by the town's unique approach to community and well-being and the sense of purpose and belonging that it seems to foster among its residents. The Bunagaya and the spirit of Ogimi. The town of Ogimi is located near the Yanbaru jungle, home to the magical creatures known as Bunagaya, which are believed to be mischievous, playful, and unpredictable sprites that inhabit the jungle and its surroundings. The Bunagaya are said to love nature and can be befriended by showing respect for the environment, and many of Okinawa's stories and fables feature celebrations and community in Ogimi. In Ogimi, celebrations are an essential part of life, as seen in the birthday party of 3 elderly residents, where the community comes together to sing, dance, and eat traditional cake. The community also engages in various activities, such as playing gateball, a popular low-impact sport among older residents, and participating in traditional festivals and karaoke events. Spirituality in Ogimi. Spirituality plays a significant role in the happiness of Ogimi's residents, with the main religion being Ryukyu Shinto, which combines elements of Chinese Taoism, Confucianism, Buddhism, and Shintoism with shamanistic and animistic elements. In Ryukyu Shinto, the world is believed to be populated by various spirits that need to be appeased through rituals and festivals, and sacred grounds are consecrated to honor these spirits. The community has various temples, including the Utaki and the Uganju, where people go to pray and make contact with the spirit realm, and women are considered spiritually superior to men in Okinawan spiritual practice. Ancestor worship is also an important aspect of spiritual practice in Ogimi, with families maintaining a butsudan or small altar to pray for and make offerings to their ancestors. Every person is believed to have an essence, or mabui, which is their spirit and the source of their life force. Mabui, the immortal essence. The concept of mabui is introduced, referring to a person's immortal essence that makes them who they are and can be passed from person to person through physical contact or objects such as photographs and personal belongings. The Ogimi lifestyle and philosophy. In the town of Ogimi, the locals live a relaxed yet busy lifestyle, always pursuing their ikigai, their purpose in life, without feeling rushed, and following the principles of happiness stated by Washington Burnap, having something to do, something to love, and something to hope for. The town of Ogimi is known for its high longevity rates, and the locals attribute this to their lifestyle and philosophy, as expressed in the town's declaration, "The older, the stronger. Let us not depend too much on our children as we age." Lessons from Ogimi's elders. The authors conducted 100 interviews with the eldest members of the community, gathering their insights on life philosophy, Ikigai, and the secrets to longevity, which are summarized into 2 main points. The first point is, don't worry, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a young heart, being open to people, and avoiding anxiety by engaging with others and pursuing activities that bring joy. The second point is, cultivate good habits, highlighting the value of establishing routines that promote relaxation, social connection, and mental and physical stimulation, such as gardening, cooking, and staying active. The interviews reveal that the locals' ikigai is often found in simple, everyday activities, such as gardening, cooking, and spending time with friends and family, which bring them joy and a sense of purpose. The town's emphasis on longevity and healthy aging is reflected in its products, such as longevity water, and its welcoming attitude towards visitors who seek to learn from their way of life. Secrets to longevity from Ogimi. The residents of Ojimi, a village known for its high percentage of centenarians, share their secrets to a long and fulfilling life, which can be summarized into several key points. Starting the day with a routine is essential, as seen in the habits of the residents who wake up early, exercise, and engage in activities such as gardening, walking, or practicing Taiso exercises. Eating a balanced diet with a variety of foods, including vegetables, is crucial for maintaining good health and longevity. Nurturing friendships and social connections is vital, as many residents emphasize the importance of spending time with friends, family, and neighbors. Whether it's through daily conversations, tea gatherings, or community activities, living an unhurried life free from stress and anxiety is also a common theme, with residents advising to slow down, relax, and enjoy the simple things in life. Being optimistic and having a positive outlook is another key factor, as residents express gratitude, laugh often, and maintain a youthful spirit, with many considering themselves young despite their advanced age. Giving back to the community through volunteer work and helping others is also a common practice among the residents, who feel fortunate to have been born in Ojimi and want to contribute to the village's well-being. Overall, the residents of Ojimi attribute their longevity and happiness to a combination of these factors, which they believe are essential for living a long and fulfilling life. The Ojimi way of life. The Ojimi lifestyle is characterized by several key factors that contribute to a long and fulfilling life, including keeping a vegetable garden, participating in neighborhood associations, celebrating often, and having a strong sense of purpose or ikigai. The people of Ojimi prioritize relaxation and enjoyment in their daily activities, and they take pride in their local culture and traditions. They also have a strong sense of community and connection with others, which is reflected in their willingness to help each other with various tasks and projects. The Okinawan diet and longevity. The Japanese island of Okinawa has the highest life expectancy in the world, with an average lifespan of 85 years for men and 87.3 years for women, and the highest ratio of centenarians. The Okinawan diet is considered a key factor in the island's high life expectancy, with a focus on eating a wide variety of foods, especially vegetables, and consuming at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. Research by Makoto Suzuki and others has shown that Okinawans eat an average of 18 different foods each day, including a variety of spices, and that they have a low mortality rate from cardiovascular disease. The Okinawan diet is characterized by a low intake of salt, with residents consuming less than 10 grams of salt per day, and a high level of physical activity, with many people walking or cycling as their primary mode of transportation. Experts such as Bradley J. Wilcox and D. Craig Wilcox have written extensively on the Okinawan diet and its benefits, and their book, The Okinawa Program, is considered a leading authority on the subject. Characteristics of the Okinawan diet. The Okinawan diet is characterized by a high variety of foods, with a focus on eating the rainbow, to ensure a colorful and diverse table, featuring foods such as red peppers, carrots, spinach, cauliflower, and eggplant. Vegetables, potatoes, legumes, and soy products like tofu are staples of the Okinawan diet, making up more than 30% of their daily calories. Grains, particularly white rice, are the foundation of the Okinawan diet, with noodles also being a common addition. Okinawans rarely consume sugar, and when they do, it's usually cane sugar, which is believed to have anti-carcinogenic benefits. Fish is consumed an average of 3 times a week, while pork is eaten only once or twice a week. Research by Makoto Suzuki show hara hachibu and calorie restriction. The concept of hara hachibu, or the 80% rule, encourages individuals to stop eating when they are almost full, but still a little hungry, which is believed to promote longevity. This concept is practiced by serving food on small plates, with a variety of dishes presented at once, making it easier to avoid overeating and maintain a balanced diet. The idea of eating less to live longer is supported by research, which shows that calorie restriction can increase longevity, as long as it is not taken to the extreme of malnutrition. Eating foods with high nutritional value, such as superfoods, and avoiding those with little to no nutritional value is key to staying healthy while consuming fewer calories. Calorie restriction has been shown to have numerous health benefits, including reducing levels of IGF-1 in the body and promoting overall well-being. IGF-1 is a protein that plays a significant role in the aging process, with excess levels in the blood contributing to aging in humans and animals. Moderate calorie restriction with adequate nutrition has been shown to have a powerful protective effect against various health issues, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, inflammation, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. An alternative to daily calorie restriction is the 5.2 diet, which involves fasting for 2 days a week and eating normally on the other 5 days, providing benefits such as cleansing and resting the digestive system. Antioxidants in the Okinawan diet. The Okinawan diet is rich in antioxidants, which slow down the oxidation process in cells and neutralize free radicals that cause damage and accelerate aging. 15 natural antioxidants found in the Okinawan diet include tofu, miso, tuna, carrots, goya, kombu, cabbage, nori, onion, soy sprouts, hachima, soybeans, sweet potato, peppers, and sanpincha. Sanpincha, a mix of green tea and jasmine flowers, is a popular infusion in Okinawa, with benefits including reducing blood cholesterol levels, the risk of heart attack, strengthening the immune system, relieving stress, and lowering cholesterol. Okinawans drink an average of 3 cups of sanpincha daily, and a similar blend can be found in the West in the form of jasmine tea or high-quality green tea. Green tea has been credited with significant medicinal properties, including controlling cholesterol, lowering blood sugar levels, improving circulation, and promoting bone health. White tea, with its high concentration of polyphenols, may be even more effective against aging, with 1 cup potentially having the same antioxidant power as a dozen glasses of orange juice. Drinking green or white tea daily can help reduce free radicals in the body, keeping one young for longer. Shikuwasa and other beneficial foods. Shikuwasa, a citrus fruit native to Okinawa, is extremely acidic and contains high levels of nobiletin, a flavonoid rich in antioxidants, making it a valuable addition to the Okinawan diet. The shikuwasa, a type of citrus fruit found in Okinawa, contains high levels of nobiletin, which has been proven to protect against arteriosclerosis, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and obesity. Shikuwasas are also rich in vitamin C and B1, beta-carotene, and minerals, making them a nutritious addition to traditional dishes and juices. In the West, experts recommend consuming foods high in antioxidants, such as vegetables like broccoli and chard, oily fish like salmon and sardines, fruits like citrus and berries, and whole grains like oats and wheat. Foods to avoid include refined sugar and grains, processed baked goods, prepared foods, and cow's milk and its derivatives, as they can contribute to premature aging. Gentle movements and longevity studies from the Blue Zones suggest that people who live longest are not those who exercise the most, but rather those who move the most throughout the day. Gentle movements such as walking and light exercise can promote health and longevity, especially in older individuals who may struggle with intense physical activity. Experts like Gavin Bradley emphasize the importance of regular movement, citing that metabolism slows down significantly after just 30 minutes of sitting, and that even short periods of activity can have significant health benefits. Eastern disciplines for health and balance. Eastern disciplines like yoga, qigong, and tai chi have been used for centuries to promote health and balance, and are now recognized in the West for their extraordinary health benefits, particularly for older individuals. Tai Chi has been shown to have numerous physical and emotional benefits, including slowing the development of osteoporosis and Parkinson's disease, increasing circulation, improving muscle tone and flexibility, and serving as a shield against stress and depression. Practicing Eastern disciplines like Tai Chi on a regular basis can be an effective way to incorporate movement into one's daily routine, and their well-defined steps can also promote a state of flow. Radio Taiso and Yoga Radio Taiso is a traditional Japanese morning exercise that has been around since before World War II, typically done in groups, and aims to promote unity among participants and increase joint mobility through dynamic stretching. The exercises are usually done for 5 to 10 minutes, focusing on low-intensity movements that exercise as many joints as possible and can be adapted to be done from a wheelchair if necessary. Radio Taiso is a common practice in Japan, with 30% of the population participating, and was also a shared activity among the residents of Ogimi, including those in nursing homes. Yoga is another popular practice that originated in India, aiming to unite the mental and physical elements, and has various styles that differ in their approach to achieving this goal. The main objectives of yoga include bringing individuals closer to their human nature, achieving mental and physical purification, and connecting with the divine. Yoga can be adapted to suit different needs and abilities, including pregnant women and individuals with physical disabilities, making it an accessible practice for almost anyone. Forms of yoga and Tai Chi. The text discusses various forms of yoga and Tai Chi, highlighting their unique characteristics and benefits. 6 forms of yoga are mentioned. Jnana Yoga, the yoga of wisdom. Karma Yoga, focuses on action and tasks. Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion. Mantra Yoga, uses recitation of mantras for relaxation. Kundalini Yoga, combines diverse steps for mental growth. And Raja Yoga, the royal path, aiming for communion with oneself and others. Hatha Yoga is the most widespread form in the West and Japan, characterized by asanas or poses for balance, and the sun salutation is one of its most iconic exercises, consisting of 12 basic movements. Tai Chi, also known as Tai Chi Chuan, is a Chinese martial art with roots in Buddhism and Confucianism, created by Zhang Sanfeng and popularized by Yang Luchan, focusing on personal growth, self-defense, and inner peace. Tai Chi has evolved from a martial art to a source of health and well-being, with the Chinese government promoting it as an exercise, and it has various styles including Chen style, Yang style, Wu style, and Hao style. The main objectives of Tai Chi include controlling movement through stillness, overcoming force through finesse, moving second and arriving first, and knowing oneself and one's opponent. The 10 basic principles of Tai Chi, according to Master Yang Chengfu, include elevating the crown of the head, tightening the chest and expanding the back, relaxing the waist, and other principles that guide the correct practice of Tai Chi. Principles of Tai Chi and Qigong. The section discusses the importance of balance, harmony, and fluid movement in Tai Chi and Qigong practices, highlighting the need to differentiate between heaviness and lightness, relax the shoulders, and unify the upper and lower body. It emphasizes the value of agility of the mind over physical strength and the importance of maintaining fluidity and harmony in movement, as well as finding stillness in movement to achieve a calm mind. The section describes the steps involved in the Tai Chi exercise, Wave Hands Like Clouds, which involves a series of flowing movements that promote balance, harmony, and inner peace. Qigong, also known as Qigong, is introduced as a practice that works with the individual's life force or energy to foster mental and physical well-being, with a history dating back to the ancient art of Tao Yin. The benefits of Qigong, as supported by international scientific studies, include modification of brain waves, improved balance of sex hormones, lower mortality rate from heart attacks, and greater bone density, among others. The section highlights the importance of practicing Qigong correctly by regulating the body, breath, mind, and life force, with methods including adopting the correct posture, calming the breath, emptying the mind of thoughts, and allowing the life force to flow naturally. Dr. Kenneth M. Sancier of the Qigong Institute is mentioned as a researcher who has observed the benefits of Qigong in his article, Medical Applications of Qigong. The overall emphasis is on the importance of cultivating balance, harmony, and inner peace through the practice of Tai Chi and Qigong, which can lead to improved physical and mental health, as well as a longer and more fulfilling life. Qigong and the 5 elements. The concept of Tiao Shen, or regulating the spirit, is crucial in preparing the whole organism to work together towards a single goal, as explained by Yang Jwing-Ming in The Essence of Taiji Qigong. Qigong's 5 elements exercise is a well-known practice that aims to balance the 5 currents of energy to improve brain and organ function, and can be performed in various ways. The 5 elements of Qigong, as demonstrated by Professor Maria Isabel Garcia Monreal from the Qigong Institute in Barcelona, are Earth, a series of movements that involve standing with legs apart, raising arms, and bending knees to focus on breath and posture. Water, a squatting movement that stretches the lumbar spine and is repeated 3 times. Wood, a circular movement of the arms that opens and closes, repeated 3 times. Metal, a movement that involves raising arms, turning palms towards each other, and moving hands apart and together, repeated 3 times. Fire, a movement that involves rotating hands, turning from the waist, and separating hands, repeated twice. Completing the series involves returning to the initial Wu-Chi posture, with hands at the sides and a relaxed stance. Shiatsu and Taoyin Shiatsu, a Japanese technique created in the early 20th century, works on energy flow through pressure with thumbs and palms, and is often combined with stretching and breathing exercises to create equilibrium in the body. The essence of a Taoyin practice lies in its technique, rather than its name or physical representation, as emphasized by the importance of understanding the underlying principles and energy flow. The concept of Taoyin encompasses various physical movements and breathing techniques, including stretching, bending, and lifting, which can be used to cultivate a state of calm and balance. Resilience and Ikigai. Resilience is the ability to deal with setbacks and stay focused on one's objectives, and it is a key characteristic of people who have a clearly defined Ikigai. Resilient individuals know how to adapt to change and reversals of fortune, and they can pick themselves up and get back to what gives meaning to their lives. The Japanese proverb, "Fall 7 times, rise 8, emphasizes the importance of perseverance and resilience in the face of challenges. Cultivating resilience and anti-fragility is essential for confronting life's ups and downs and maintaining a high quality of life. Buddhism, Stoicism, and emotional resilience. The key to emotional resilience lies in concentrating on things that can be controlled and accepting things that cannot be changed, as expressed in the Serenity Prayer by Reinhold Niebuhr. Both Buddhism and Stoicism aim to control pleasure, emotions, and desires, with the goal of eliminating negative emotions and achieving well-being. Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, realized that a wise person should not ignore life's pleasures, but remain conscious of the potential to be enslaved by them. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, believed that it is acceptable to enjoy life's pleasures as long as they do not take control of one's life. The Stoics viewed individuals who could control their emotions as virtuous and believed that the objective of a virtuous person is to reach a state of tranquility, characterized by the absence of negative feelings and the presence of positive feelings. To achieve this state, the Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining the worst thing that could happen in order to be prepared for the loss of privileges and pleasures. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, recommended practicing negative visualization every night before falling asleep, and even put these negative situations into practice by living without luxuries for periods of time. A central tenet of Stoicism is knowing what can be controlled and what cannot, and worrying about things that are beyond one's control accomplishes nothing. The Stoics believe that desires and ambitions that are insatiable and lead to negative emotions are not worth pursuing, and instead, one should focus on cultivating positive feelings such as happiness, love, serenity, and gratitude, living in the present moment. Living in the present moment is crucial, as emphasized by Buddhism and Stoicism, and individuals should appreciate things as they are without worrying about the past or future, as stated by Thich Nhat Hanh. Reflecting on the impermanence of things, as recommended by the Stoics, helps individuals understand that everything is temporary and ephemeral, and that changes in the world are part of the universe's essence, as noted by Marcus Aurelius. Being aware of impermanence should not lead to pessimism, but rather encourage individuals to love the present moment and those around them, as stated by Seneca. Wabi-sabi, ichigo ichie, and impermanence. The Japanese concept of wabi-sabi highlights the beauty of the fleeting, changeable, and imperfect nature of the world, finding beauty in flawed and incomplete things, such as an irregular or cracked teacup. The concept of ichigo ichii, or this moment exists only now and won't come again, emphasizes the uniqueness of each encounter and encourages individuals to enjoy the moment and be present, without worrying about the past or future. These Japanese concepts, wabi-sabi and ichigo ichii, are commonly used in tea ceremonies, Zen meditation, and Japanese martial arts, all of which emphasize being present in the moment. Japanese culture accepts the impermanence of human creations and the fleeting nature of life, as seen in the tradition of rebuilding structures like the Grand Shrine of Ise every 20 years to preserve customs and traditions. The concept of Ichigo Ichii emphasizes the importance of focusing on the present and enjoying. The 6 Healing Sounds. The book Shujin Shishu, also known as 10 Books on the Cultivation of Perfection, is a 13th century compendium of materials on developing the mind and body, and it quotes the celebrated Chinese doctor Sun Simiao, who advocated for the 6 Healing Sounds technique. The 6 Healing Sounds technique involves coordinating movement, breathing, and pronouncing specific sounds to bring the body and mind to a state of calm, with each sound associated with a particular organ. Shu, liver; He, heart; Si, lungs; Chui, kidneys; Hu, spleen; and Shi, whole body. Sun Simiao's poem provides guidance on how to live well according to the season, emphasizing the importance of breathing and visualizing the associated organs, and suggests that deep breathing can help preserve one's divine elixir. The practice of combining physical exercise with awareness of breath can help bring consciousness in line with the body and reduce the impact of daily worries. Anti-fragility and embracing uncertainty. Wabi-sabi teaches the appreciation of imperfection as an opportunity for growth, while the concept of anti-fragility, introduced by Nassim Nicholas Taleb, refers to the ability of things to get stronger when harmed, as opposed to being fragile or resilient. The story of Hercules and the Hydra illustrates the concept of anti-fragility, where the Hydra grows stronger with each wound, and Taleb proposes the term anti-fragile to describe this phenomenon. The 2011 tsunami in Japan's Tohoku region serves as an example of anti-fragility, where some towns like Ishinomaki and Kesanuma showed resilience in recovering from the disaster, while others remained fragile and were unable to recover. The Fukushima nuclear power plant demonstrated fragility in the face of the catastrophe, while Japanese construction companies proved to be anti-fragile by benefiting from the need to rebuild the affected areas. To apply the concept of anti-fragility to daily life, one can create redundancies by having multiple sources of income, such as a side job or a business, to reduce dependence on a single salary and increase resilience in the face of uncertainty. By having multiple options, one can adapt to unexpected events and potentially benefit from them, thereby becoming anti-fragile. The concept of anti-fragility is about building resilience in life by embracing uncertainty and taking calculated risks to become stronger and more adaptable. Applying anti-fragility to daily life. To apply the concept of anti-fragility to daily life, one can create redundancies by having multiple sources of income, such as a side job or a business, to reduce dependence on a single salary and increase resilience in the face of uncertainty. By having multiple options, one can adapt to unexpected events and potentially benefit from them, thereby becoming anti-fragile. The concept of anti-fragility is about building resilience in life by embracing uncertainty and taking calculated risks to become stronger and more adaptable. In Ojimi, seniors interviewed had multiple occupations, such as a primary job and a secondary job like gardening, to avoid putting all their eggs in one basket and to cultivate a full life. This approach can be applied to friendships, personal interests, and romantic relationships, allowing individuals to be better prepared for unexpected events and to move on from setbacks. To achieve anti-fragility, it's essential to take small risks in various areas, similar to investing in multiple startups with growth potential while minimizing exposure to significant dangers. The key is to balance risk-taking with caution, such as investing a small portion of savings in high-risk ventures, while keeping the majority safe. Becoming anti-fragile also involves eliminating things that make us fragile, such as toxic relationships, unhealthy habits, and debt, by setting good riddance goals. Examples of good riddance goals include stopping unhealthy snacking, reducing social media usage, and avoiding obligations that don't bring joy. Embracing an anti-fragile attitude allows individuals to view setbacks as opportunities for growth and to continually refine their lifestyle and focus on their Ikigai. Ikigai and the pursuit of purpose. Ida, a Japanese person, dedicated his life to communicating emotions through 17-syllable poems using a shodo calligraphy brush, which reflects the concept of Ikigai, or finding purpose and meaning in life. Ida's poems often emphasize the importance of living in the present moment and appreciating the ephemeral nature of life, as seen in his poem, In the Here and Now, The Only Thing in My Life is Your Life. Another poem by Aida, Here Now, evokes feelings of mono no aware, a melancholy appreciation of the fleeting nature of life. Aida's poems also touch on the idea that happiness is determined by one's heart and that pursuing one's passions and staying true to oneself is essential. Finding your Ikigai. Modern life can often distract us from our true nature and make it difficult to find meaning, but our intuition and curiosity can serve as powerful guides in discovering our Ikigai. The Okinawans, known for their long and healthy lives, offer valuable insights into finding Ikigai, including the importance of staying active, taking it slow, and surrounding oneself with good friends. The 10 rules of Ikigai, distilled from the wisdom of the Okinawans, include staying active, taking it slow, eating in moderation, surrounding oneself with good friends, getting in shape, smiling, and finding purpose and meaning in life. The rules also emphasize the importance of not worrying too much about finding one's Ikigai, but rather focusing on doing what one loves and being surrounded by people who love and support them. The 10 rules of Ikigai. The 10 rules of Ikigai, distilled from the wisdom of the Okinawans, include staying active, taking it slow, eating in moderation, surrounding oneself with good friends, getting in shape, smiling, and finding purpose and meaning in life. The rules also emphasize the importance of not worrying too much about finding one's Ikigai, but rather focusing on doing what one loves and being surrounded by people who love and support them. Some of the key takeaways from the rules of Ikigai include the importance of staying engaged and active, cultivating a sense of community and connection, and finding joy and purpose in everyday life. By following these principles, individuals can increase their chances of living a long, happy, and fulfilling life and finding their own unique sense of Ikigai. Living in the present and finding happiness. The section emphasizes the importance of appreciating the present moment and finding happiness in life by reconnecting with nature, giving thanks, and living in the moment. It suggests that people should return to nature often to recharge and find balance, as humans are meant to be part of the natural world. Practicing gratitude daily by giving thanks to ancestors, nature, friends, and family can increase one's stockpile of happiness. Living in the moment and making the most of it is crucial, rather than regretting the past or fearing the future. The concept of Ikigai is introduced, which refers to a unique passion or talent that gives meaning to one's life and drives them to share their best self. The authors, Hector Garcia and Francesc Morales, encourage readers to discover their Ikigai and live a long, happy, and purposeful life. The section also references various authors and researchers, including Viktor Frankl, Dan Buettner, and Shlomo Brezhnitz, who have written about topics such as logotherapy, longevity, and the importance of living in the moment. The references provided include books, articles, and interviews that support the ideas presented in the section, covering topics